Gorgeous looking four-state late April afternoon. If you have any activities outside, I know we got a slew of extracurricular events that are going on at a number of four-state schools around the area, and it is going to be the perfect afternoon and evening for it. Probably do want to make sure you take a jacket though if you're going to be out after the sun goes down, but we've still got a few more degrees to warm up as we sit at 59 right now over 7th and Rangeline. Very, very dry. That humidity dropping down to 28%. Will be a little bit warmer this afternoon out in the west and down to the south because Southwest Missouri is still playing catch up right now, so we've got 55 in Lamar and Carthage. Compare that to 62 in Sedan and 61 in Miami. It's weird. The temperature is almost just following geographically the state line. You got a 3-degree difference between Fort Scott and Nevada, of course, parallel right there along Highway 54. Monthly precipitation, since we're going to stay dry for the next 2 days, we're going to inch closer and closer to where we should be by the time we hit about April 27th. But then we pick up more rain. And so this is the area that we'll concentrate on, especially the southern portion of Southwest Missouri below I-44. And that's not to say that we haven't seen anywhere from a quarter to about 3/4 of an inch and once you get on the other side of the highway. But of course, right here, almost block this off between 49 and 44. That's where we had the majority of our flooding concerns last week and again this week. And then as you drop into northwest Arkansas, look at that down around there by Bentonville. They're picking up 3.5, almost 4 inches this week alone. Before we get there, we still have 2 days of what's going to be delightful weather. You'll see the temperature increase throughout the entire Midwest. And then whenever you see a little swirl like that, usually an indicator that we've got some low pressure moving in. Well, it's actually just a shift in the winds. Work out to the west where they have the red flag warnings, the low humidity and the very high winds. We'll be spared that as our wind shifts and works in from the east. We'll just be able to roll 5 to 10 miles per hour today. And then the frost advisories that we had this morning have now shifted through the Ohio River Valley, even a freeze warning up to the top through portions of Illinois, Indiana, and northern Ohio as well. Now, the Skywatch Storm Tracker, like I said, sometimes when you get that swirl right there, it's an indicator of some lows moving in. But now we've got a nice little horseshoe of high pressure still hanging over us, forcing everything all the way to the east coast. Now, behind in the rock on the other side of the Rockies, so we haven't seen a lot of development yet. But we are going to have a system that's going to be able to mature north-south and then make its way over the mountains and eventually head toward us. That being said, before we get there, this is just absolutely delightful. Of course, we're in the middle of severe weather season, so every day, afternoon, evening that we get a chance to take advantage of like this in the entire contiguous 48, I mean, not just here in the 4 states, I mean the entire contiguous 48, we will take it because even on the severe thunderstorm risk map, we're talking about a very small area of Virginia that clocks in on the low category, and even everything we see around the coast barely breaks into marginal. So that's just good old-fashioned rain and lightning for the most part. Our afternoon planner lifts us up into the mid-high 60s. I think we'll get up around 67, 68 farther west that you push. And then overnight, this is going to be the best part. Coming off of what we had this morning, where it was chilly, we'll be able to stay well above freezing, and large part because our wind is going to work in from the south. So wonderful start to our Tuesday, and a wonderful finish to our Tuesday. Great start to our Wednesday as well. And then Wednesday afternoon, throwing up 70s. Love that. Now, Tanya, here's the key factor. As we get into Wednesday night and Thursday, we talked about that quadrant, block it off in between 44 and 49. Right now, the majority of the hardest rain really wants to say central and northern portion of the 4 states. And so while we're keeping tabs on that, it does look very, very good for the Spring River, the Neosho River, the creeks, Route C, Route D, everything down in McDonald County and Berry County.
All right. Thanks. We'll keep our eye on that for sure.
Yeah, let's hope it stays that way for them.
We take